Hi, it's Ian, welcome to pensionandfitness.com, and today we're going to carry on with the second part of stretching for mobility. Now, stretching for mobility is really important. We all, at this sort of ages in life, we all need to do it because things start to shrink like muscles and tendons because we don't use them enough. So stretching is really important if you want to have mobility, you want to be able to get out on a sunny day and walk about and do stuff that's enjoyable. So, here's the first exercise today, and it's a standing back stretch. And basically what happens here is you're going to stand with your feet hip width apart, hold yourself upright, you're going to lift your rib cage, push your shoulders back and put your hands on the back of your glutes here, in this position. Now, for safety's sake, if you have a little bit of a balance problem and you're a little bit worried about balance, you can do this just in front of a wall, so that when you lean backwards, if you roll backwards, the wall will stop you going anywhere and you won't be damaged. You won't hurt yourself. Or you can do it in front of a settee, your bed or whatever, so that when you fall backwards or you go backwards, you end up on a soft surface and you don't get injured. So, how this works, you lift your rib cage, put your shoulders back so your shoulder blades are going together, you push it back to there, and then you lean back. Don't push your head all the way back, just keep your head in a neutral position on your spine and go back and hold this position. And I'm going to stand at the side like this. And then when you get here and you feel that stretch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 seconds. Hold it for 20 seconds. Once you've done that stretch, I want you to do it 3 times. Or whatever you can manage. Because some people may have issues where they can't do that a lot. Okay, so that's the first exercise. The second exercise is seating hip lifts. Now what happens here is when you're seated in it, you sit in the chair, sit a little bit forward, right, and you can hold the side of the chair. And basically what's happening is you're going to lift one side of your hip off the chair. So, keeping your back, straight on the back of the chair, you're going to lift one leg, and you're going to push it over to one side and hold it there, so that you lifted this hip off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 seconds. Now, if you have a problem with that, you may find it easier to put your leg over the other leg, and then at that point, use the knee going over and lifting the hip off the chair. So as you do that, you can hold the stretch there for your 20 seconds before relaxing and letting it down. And of course, once you do one leg, you need to go over and do the second leg. 20 seconds, and do that stretch 3 times. So that's the second exercise. The third exercise, let me change this chair a little. The third exercise is an inner thigh stretch. And what happens here is you're going to stand with your feet as wide apart as is comfortable. So, once you get to that point, you're going to keep your back and spine and everything upright, and then you're going to lower yourself down, and as you go down, you're going to push your knees out. Make sure your toes are pointed out. And you go down, and you're going to point your toes out, push your knees out, and go down, and then hold that position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 seconds. Once you've done that, carefully come back to normal. Again, you do that exercise 3 times, that stretch 3 times. It's a good stretch. And remember, you've got to push your knees out as you're going down. Okay. The next exercise you're going to do is a side hip stretch. Now it should be done against the wall. And basically what happens is, you're against the wall, you want to be about 12 inches from the wall, and you're going to take the outer leg and cross it over the other leg, or the other foot I should say, so that the legs cross. And using the wall to support yourself, you're going to push your hip in towards the wall and hold it there. Now, so as you can see that better, I'm going to pretend there's a wall here and do it for you here. So, and I'll use this for support. But once you're in this position, you would be against the wall here, and then this hip is going to move. It's going to move out, right? And so you move it towards the wall until you feel the stretch, and then you would hold that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then you go back there, pause for a second or two, sort yourself out, and then you would go the opposite way, and you would go this way towards the wall, and you'd have to change around for the wall. And that's that stretch, and that's a side hip stretch. And so, one more exercise to do, and this is a hip rotation exercise. And how this works is, I'm going to sit on the chair, sit a little forward. You can hold the chair here, find yourself in a good comfortable position, and then you're going to take your ankle and your foot up here, and you're going to put that leg across here this way. Right? And then what happens is, you put a little pressure here until you feel that stretch coming in, and once you feel that stretch, you hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 seconds. And then relax. And of course, you would go and do the other leg. Now, these stretches are really important for you, right? And now you will want to notice that the last time we did everything from here up. Now we're doing here, which is the driving force of everything you do. When you walk, when you jump, run, if you can do that, then it all comes from here. So it's really good to stretch this part of your body and all the different parts of it so that it gives you good mobility and flexibility. Now, one thing about stretching, I want to make a point for you. It's just a piece of elastic, but it explains it very well. When you put a stretch on, right, this is normal, there's no stretch there. When you put the stretch on and you feel it coming in, that's where you hold it. And you hold it there. Don't try to push it further because you'll end up damaging yourself. And if you damage a tendon or you damage a muscle when you're trying to stretch it like that, you'll be a long time before it goes back to normal again. It takes ages for those things to heal. So when you're there, you put that little bit of stretch on. Once you do that a few times, you'll find when it comes to you doing that exercise, that stretch again, you'll find that the stretch comes in a little further along. And then gradually it will be a little further and a little further until you reach the full range of what that tendon or muscle or whatever can stretch to. But it has to be a gradual process. Now, if you are really determined, you can make your mobility far, far better. I started this at 71 when I found out that I couldn't do a press up, I was stiff. If I was driving, I used to have really bad knees, and I had hip problems. And it really, life was beginning to get a little bit nasty, and I didn't like it at all. And I started, and of course it wasn't easy, it was hard. But in this life, nothing's easy, everything's hard, nothing's free. You have to work hard to get whatever you want. And so, but if you do that, the rewards are amazing. Right? At 71, there was a lot of things I couldn't do. Now I can do them. And if you do it, you can do the same. Now just imagine, you buy tickets for your grandchildren to a concert, and you go with them, you can be in the audience, and you can be there enjoying AC/DC or whoever, and really enjoying it. You get a better life when you can move, when you can get everything going. You know, when you can move all your things, everything works, you know, you can jump about. You can do everything you want to do. Right? Imagine sitting at the window on a summer's day, watching everybody outside enjoying themselves, and you can improve your mobility. Work on it, because it's really, really well worth it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say today. Thank you very much. See you back at pensionerfitness.com.